Hey guys, welcome back to Bible Fandom. I am Michael and going to do another book review for you guys. This one's pretty good if you're into eschatology and you want to kind of look at some competing eschatological views. This is going to be the book for you. It's from Zondervan's Counterpoint series. This is the Millennium and Beyond. So I'm going to tell you a little bit about this book, why I think it's a really great book if you're really looking into doing some more thorough research into different eschatological views. So before we begin, don't forget, like, comment, share, subscribe, ring the bell. Also, come check out the Bible Fandom Facebook group. You can share your memes, your videos if you make them, different theological views, whatever you want to do. Just keep it respectful and there won't be any issues. All right, let's go ahead and dive into this book. Pretty good. 3 views on the Millennium and Beyond. You're going to have 3 different contributors with this. You're going to have Craig Blasing, you're going to have Kenneth Gentry, and you're going to have Robert Strimple. I don't know a whole lot about Strimple, but Blasing is he's actually, I think, a research professor at the school I go to over at Southwestern. And I think he's a professor also at DTS. So there's going to be 3 views. You're going to have your premillennial view. That means that Christ comes back before the millennial reign, before a millennial kingdom. You'll have your post-millennium view, which means Christ returns at the end of the millennium. And then you'll have an all-mill view, which is more of there's really not a millennium. So Blasing, he's going to be a pre-mill guy. I believe he's dispensational. I think progressive dispensationalism. You'll have Gentry. He's going to be your post-mill, and he's a preterist. So this isn't going to be like an in-depth look at every aspect of each view or system. This is kind of what these guys hold to. And Gentry is a post-mill guy, but he also holds to preterism. And for Strimple, you're going to get your all-mill view. So right now in the church, I'd say your more popular views are going to be your all-millennium and your pre-mill. So post-mill, I think it's kind of making a little bit of a comeback, but not quite as prevalent as all-mill or pre-mill. So the way this book is set up, I think, is what makes it such a great resource, because you're not getting one man's perspective on one specific theology. This one is almost kind of in written debate form. So it starts off with, I believe it's Gentry that kicks this thing off with his presentation of post-millennialism. He will intertwine some of that preterism in there. And then what you have after his chapter and his presentation, you'll have Blasing come in, critique it, kind of refute the post-mill view. And then Strimple comes in and refutes the post-mill view with his all-millennialism. And it goes on like that. And then the next chapter, you have Strimple presenting all-mill, and Gentry and Blasing doing their refutations of that. And then the longest chapter in this book is definitely by Blasing. He's going to be your pre-mill guy, and I believe like a progressive dispensationalist. So that one is the long chapter of the book. And then at the very end of the book, you will have a response kind of wrapping everything up that was said by Darrell Bach. So if you don't know who Bach is, very huge Bible scholar. He's a professor over at DTS. He is a progressive dispensationalist, so that's kind of the position he's going to take on these things. But yeah, really great Bible teacher. So it is pretty neat to see Darrell Bach kind of come in at the end and put out his views. And I think I'm probably most in line with like Blasing and Bach. I did go into reading this pretty open-minded, kind of open-minded to post-mill, all-mill, pre-mill. I've historically, personally been pre-mill. Came out from reading it, I feel, as a better premillennialist after reading it. So not necessarily just going to challenge what you believe, but also reinforce what you believe if that's what you take from it. So you're either going to have your stuff challenged, or you're going to come away having your beliefs reinforced in a positive way. So really good stuff. And if anything, you can learn about what some of the best scholars of these different positions teach. So if you're ever in a debate, a conversation, or anything like that, you don't have to straw man, you can steel man when you're discussing with other people. So difficulty on reading this, I would probably say not going to be best for like a brand new believer. Reason being, there is some technical stuff going on there. I think you're going to have at least a basic general knowledge of the Bible, these theological systems and stuff like that to really, I think, get the most out of it. So it can get a little technical, and if you're not into that, it's going to be a little bit bland for you. Now, if you have more of a student-like personality, it's going to be really good for you. If you are like a student or researcher, that type of personality, I think you're going to really love it. If you're into more of a popular type of thing, popularized book, you might fall asleep while reading it. So definitely not for, I think, newbies. I would probably recommend some other things to like step into this book. But all in all, anybody can read it and probably benefit from it. But to really understand it, I think you're going to have some other foundation before reading it, if that makes sense. All right, guys, this book available on Amazon for, I don't know, 12, 13, 15, something like that dollars. Worth the money for sure. And definitely recommend it if you're wanting to check out some different positions than your own, or just reinforce your own position. All right, guys, I do appreciate you watching the video. Please do like, comment, share, subscribe, and ring the bell so you get notified when I have a new video coming out. And I'll catch you guys in the next video. Holiness has spoken.